Mark Auhl, and I'm going to do another part of my series on putting. Now, this one is one that amateur golfers never get right. In fact, most of them actually have no idea when I say this to them in terms of putting, but we've all had the experience where we've gone and played on a golf course we don't know, walked off after 18 holes and said, I just never got the speed of the greens. That's because you haven't done one really simple thing called a standard distance. Now, what a standard distance is, and everyone goes, what are you talking about, Mark? A standard distance is a consistent distance that the ball travels when I do the same swing every time. So, it's what I would do when I get onto any golf course, the first thing I do. So, first thing I would suggest, grab 3, 4, 5 balls. I've got 12 here, but that's okay. Take the pins out so you do not putt to a hole. This is the key. Do not putt to a hole. Okay, you must putt this just out in front of you. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to produce my comfortable swing. Alright, so it's a swing that goes from this point here through to this point here. So I'm just going to produce the same swing for me. Now if I do the same swing, hands up nice and high, do that swing, hold my finish, just watch the ball. So I'm not putting at anything in particular. Alright, but if I just produce the same swing over and over and over again, we'll hit that one a little harder. It's okay. Just here. Alright, so if I just do the same swing to the same position every time, if I'm trying to be nice and consistent, okay, what starts to happen is the balls all finish in the same position. So if I stand here, and for me, my standard putting stroke is where my hands get back to my right leg, and I swing through to this position, that's a really comfortable swing for me. And that's what my distance is. But if I actually now measure that, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paces. 10 paces, that's really important to know. So, on these greens today, my standard distance of a putt goes 10 metres, and it's basically the same. Sometimes I play on golf courses that might go 11 metres. I know that the greens are a little faster. Sometimes they'll go 9 metres. I know the greens are a little slower. So once I have a measurement of my putt goes from here to here, golf becomes much easier because it's a really important piece of information. Now, with putting, amateur golfers never measure the distance that they have to hit a putt. So, the hole over here, so we go to this hole over to this one over here, the furthest away. Okay, so how far away is that? For most amateur golfers, they say it's over there. That is not enough information for your brain to be able to compute how much swing. So, in theory, the quickest way to measure the distance is I go and stand halfway, about here. So this is halfway, give or take. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 metres for halfway, it's got to be 16 metres overall. Okay, so once I know what 10 metres is, so 10 metres is from here to here, 16 is going to be just a little bit more. Alright, it's actually really easy. Alright, so if I'm putting over to that hole over there, I've got to hit it 16 metres, it's going to be a swing from there to there. Well, a little bit short. Bugger. Okay, so that's alright. So 16 is going to be a little longer than that. Alright, so 16 metres from here to there. Funnily enough, now I made the ball go the right distance. So when you're out on the course, every single amateur golfer has either a GPS now or they have a rangefinder. Fantastic, that's great. Tells you exactly what distance you need to hit the ball. But no one ever measures how far they have to hit their putt. Yet putting is the most important part of the game. If you have more putts, you're going to have more shots. A putt this long is still worth the same as a 300 metre drive. But no one ever measures their distance on their putting green. First thing you should always do when you get onto a golf course, know what your standard distance is. It's how your brain actually computes how much swing you actually need. When you get on the golf greens, make sure you measure the distance you have to hit the putt. Don't just say it's got to go over there. Actually measure it. It's a 10 metre putt, it's a 12 metre putt, it's a 5 metre putt, whatever it is, make sure you know what the distance is. If you have those two pieces of information, your touch will improve. If you hit the putt, watch the ball, evaluate how far it's gone, you will learn. It's how your brain works. So from a putting point of view, if you want to get better at putting, and everyone does, first thing you do, make sure you know what your standard distance is. It's the first thing you should do when you get to a golf course. Once you know what that is, for me, in this case, it's 10. Once I measure what the distance is, 16, it's really easy to compute it, and then I get my distance control right.